We haven't seen anything like this in 100 and some odd years. 1917. You read about 1917, but in 1917, certainly not since 1917. There's been nothing like this since 1917. Who would have thought? 1917. It was the Spanish flu. 1917. There's been nothing like this since probably 1917. Not since 1917 has there been anything like this. Like nobody's seen since 1917.
They point to 1917, 1918.
It was 1917, 1918. That's a long time ago. 1917, they went through something that was similar. 1917 was the last time. If you go back over 100 years, 1917. You all know what happened in 1917. That's over 100 years ago. You look at 1917, the pandemic, it was something.
Even though the sky is falling down, don't let me go, don't let me go. Even though the sky is falling.
First pandemic since 1917. 1917, that's something. 1917 was a time. In 1917, it was vicious. Everybody that writes a book about the Spanish flu, 1917.
You know, the big one was 1917.
You read about him. You read about him from 1917. A virus, the likes of which this world has not seen since 1917. The worst event of its kind since 1917 is the worst since 1917. 1917. It's a long time ago. So in 1917, we had a horrible, in that case, it was a flu, right? You remember. Many years ago, 1917, 1918, right? 1917. This is the worst thing that's happened since probably 1917. 1917, 1918. The great pandemic since 1917, many, many years ago.